Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Allison Rittmayer and welcome to English 2110 Introduction to Literature. I'll be your professor this summer. For these 4 weeks, you'll be reading poetry, short stories, short nonfiction pieces, and watching one television show all about movies. So all of these works of literature take the movies, media, television as their subject. Your first assignment for the class before we start reading and writing about the readings is to post a short introduction in the introductions forum. This is pretty standard for online classes, I know. Please let me know what your major is, and my fun question is, what are your top 3 favorite movies? This way we get to know each other a little bit. My top 3 favorite movies, I'll give you my top 3 favorite Disney movies this time. I try and do it differently every semester. Because I'm a film professor, so it's hard for me to pick 3 movies. My top 3 Disney movies would have to be, number 3 is a tie. No, it's not. Number 3 is Jungle Book. Number 2, and this is a very difficult decision for me, number 2 is Robin Hood. True story, when I was in first grade, I went as Robin Hood for Halloween because I was obsessed with the Disney movie. And my number 1 choice is Oliver and Company, the most underrated Disney movie of all time, but it's the first movie I ever saw in movie theaters. My grandmom took me to see it. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it because it's all about animals. It's all animals doing the story of Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. So those are my top 3 favorite Disney movies. You don't have to post your top 3 favorite Disney movies, just your top 3 movies of any kind. Let's get back to business. Please read the syllabus. I'm not going over it in this video because that would take like 10 days. But the syllabus has all your information about assignments, instructions for formatting, point values, due dates, all of that. Please make sure to check your email throughout the semester. A lot of students who are in online classes decide not to check their email for whatever reason. But you might, if there's an emergency or something happens, you might get an email from me updating the class. Also check the class news and updates forum in Moodle, but sometimes it's easier for me to just send that email rather than get into Moodle and everything if I'm on my phone. If I have to change anything, I'll post it there, I'll send an email, but Moodle only emails to your NSU email address, so check it out. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. It's pretty smooth sailing. This is my 4th summer teaching, so I've done this before. Participation, your participation in this class is based on, 1, you logging into Moodle, looking at the readings. I can see what you click on. Every week I'll post a short video about what we're doing that week with all of my genius insights. So make sure to absorb my knowledge via video. And then, of course, posting to the discussion boards. Now, these aren't your general free-for-all discussion boards. They're set up as the question and answer discussion board. So for each reading, I post a question and you have to answer it. You need to answer it right below where I post the question. Click the reply button right there. Don't go back out into the forum and make a new post. That's a no-no. Students do it though. Just reply directly to my post. You won't be able to see anybody else's answers until you've responded to the question. There's a time limit, so no cheating. Use your own brain. And they're not too super hard questions anyway. They should be fairly straightforward. If you have questions about that, please send me an email or post it in our class questions message board up at the top of Moodle. When you answer these questions, you have to use complete sentences. And yes, spelling and grammar counts. We're in college now, so all of those things are important. You should also use quotes directly from the readings to support your answer. If I'm asking you why an author does a specific thing, you should show me one where that author does that thing, and then explain why you think they do that. Why do they use this metaphor about water? Well, here's where it appears, here's what the author says, how they say it, and here's what I think it means. That's what you should be doing. Obviously, this means your post has to be kind of thought out, and it's more than just a, that's a really interesting question, Dr. Whitmire. I never thought about that before. That's not an answer. You know what else isn't an answer? I really just didn't like this poem. I don't like poetry, so this is a hard question because I don't like poetry, and this author is hard. I understand that it might be difficult, but try and push yourself beyond those reactions. And my questions are pretty targeted so that you can't really do that. You can't really give those sorts of responses because it just wouldn't make sense. And it doesn't matter, like I said, you can't see anybody else's responses until you've already posted. So it doesn't matter if someone else says something similar to you. It's all about what you said, and you might express something more differently in a different way than somebody else. You might connect the same idea to a different part of the story than someone else does, and then you've got two instances of evidence supporting the same claim. All right, you're going to write a lot in this class. Sorry, here comes one of my cats. Banjo. Everyone, this is Banjo. He has one eye, but he wants to be famous. He might occasionally appear in the class videos like he is right now. Will you be good now? Did you got your attention? Okay. Anyway, you're going to do a lot of writing. You have to do the same amount of writing over the summer as you would in the regular semester, and that's about 2,000 words. But I've broken it up into 6 short writing assignments. You need to hit that minimum of 2,000 words in order to get a C in the class. If you follow the instructions, you won't have a problem in that. And you either need a C or a D, depending on your major, to get credit for this class. Otherwise, you have to take it again. Nobody wants to do that, so just make sure you hit the word limits that I've specified for each assignment. Sometimes it's 300, sometimes it's 500, sometimes it's more, just depending on what the assignment is. So each week you have at least one writing assignment aside from the discussion boards. I give you a writing prompt about what we've read, and you have to reflect on what we've read and analyze the works we've read. In week 1, you have 2 of them. One's about poetry and one's about looking at song lyrics as poetry. And then in our last week, week 4, you have 2 assignments that week as well, just because we don't have a final exam period. So you'll have one short reflection piece about the short film / TV episode you watched, and then an annotated bibliography assignment. Now, I do not accept late work in the summer. This class is 4 weeks. There's just not time because I have to have so many assignments for you to complete to keep you up to level with what a regular 2110 class would be. There isn't time for me to chase you down to be sending 1,000 emails, because as soon as I finish grading one assignment, I will be turning right around to grade another one. I'll be looking at your discussion board posts. I'll be recording these wonderful videos with cat cameos. So unless there is a verifiable emergency, I cannot accept late work for the summer class. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I try my best to get your writing graded and back to you as soon as possible. And once I've graded every assignment and the grades are all posted and visible, I will send an email to the class. So that's another reason why you should check your email so you know when your grade is posted. Because I know that's all you want to know. If you need to get in touch with me because there is a verifiable emergency, or you don't know why you got what grade you got, or you have a question about something, my office hours are posted in Moodle and are on the syllabus. They are Thursday nights from 7 to 10 p.m. If that doesn't work for you, I'm happy to schedule a phone call. We can meet in WebEx, which is like Skype if you haven't used it, or FaceTime. We can chat through Moodle, or we can just always email back and forth. I am on my phone, on email, on my phone all the time, so it's pretty easy to get a hold of me. So that's it. That's my intro. I hope you enjoy the class, and I hope you enjoy the readings. I try to include something for everybody. I really like it. I think it's fun. I wish you all were taking it face-to-face with me, but here we are. We'll try and make do online. Talk to you soon. Bye.